Hello everybody, welcome to Take 2 Reviews. And it's time for our next review, which is Marvel's The Avengers. Came out in 2012. Made a boatload of cash. I don't have my phone with me. I forgot to grab it while I filmed this, but I'm not going to go grab it. So, came out, I believe, May of 2012, if my memory's correct. I know the budget was about $200 to $250 million. It made in box office like 1.5 billion, so made buckets full of cash. Did this movie, and it's a very fun movie. It's a very engaging movie. It's the type of movie you want to watch. It's just full engagement, chaos. How could you not love it? Starts off, obviously, this movie starts them seeing Loki. He gets handed the spear. And is told that controls the power of the Tesseract. I'm glad I wrote it down as a cube. I forgot I could not spell the Tesseract. It would save my life. But yeah, to get that, it wields the power, does a spear, and then cut to some sort of headquarters. I'm going to say the word headquarters a lot, because I also think the ship thingy they were in, for most of the movie, I call that the headquarters. I call that the Avengers headquarters. They're in S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, though, with the beginning, I believe, and you see, a doctor and scientist and that trying to study the Tesseract, get the power, figure out the power from it, what it can do, while Hawkeye, from the very beginning, is made to look like he's fucking useless. He's sitting in, the balcony thing, just kind of, like, pouting, he looks like. He's just sitting there like a depressed child, just watching the world. He doesn't do much, So, a portal opens because of the Tesseract with Loki arriving. He kills a bunch of people, takes possession of Hawkeye, takes possession of this doctor. I don't remember the doctor's name. And, then Nick Fury tries to leave with the Tesseract, and he's like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. And and then at some point they're like, oh, we only have 2 minutes left in the portal. So Hawkeye just shoots him. Just shoots Fury. Obviously Fury just doesn't get killed. And then they just leave with the Tesseract, try to escape, and they manage to escape because no one can stop them, and the building explodes because of the power of the Tesseract and that. I think he doesn't even explode, he must get sunk into the ground. It looks really actual freaking badass. Then we have, end up seeing the crew, them finding people. Black Widow's tied up in a chair, like in the middle of being interrogated and like Russia, I want to believe. I think. I don't even know for sure. Don't take that thing. Russia, Germany, something like that. And they're working on it, and then she gets a call saying she has to come into work. That she has to come in, and once she finds out Hawkeye's been compromised, their words, she then just like, okay, and then beats the hell out of all 3 of the people who are interrogating her, and just leaves. She then ends up interacting with the Hulk, who sort of agrees to join. I don't even know if he fully does, but he ends up there, so I guess he did. Nick Fury finds Captain America and the one S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. I forget his name. He finds Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. So they go do that. They end up, what's next? I'm trying to remember the order of how this thing goes. Oh, Jesus, my brain's playing mental tricks on me. So they all end up in the Avengers headquarters. they end up capturing Loki because Loki just puts himself pretty much out in the open. He gets captured. Then Thor shows up. Thor slams on the aircraft that they're carrying him in. And pretty much retrieves Loki because he tries to reason with Loki, even though at this point Loki just hates him completely, so I don't know why he thought that would work. Loki then, they end up fighting. Iron Man and Captain America fight Thor. They end up reaching like a stalemate, where they're like, okay, we'll just bring him in. And then they bring Loki in. Loki, doing an Iron Man and Hulk are trying to, he's Bruce Banner, are trying to figure out where the Tesseract is. His scene is, it's stinks, like, Iron Man is just the most unlikable person, yet somehow in the best way. It's really weird, because he's so detestable. So unlikable. For how much of a slimy son of a bitch he is. He just, he knows how to do it. He knows how to do that. He knows how to be that slimy guy. I don't know, it's just because the Robert Downey Jr. just is that. I don't know. So, he ends up, they try to do research on it. At some point, Captain America finds out what the actual plan for the Tesseract was, which is to build weapons. And they confront Fury, and Fury blames it on Thor, and then they end up arguing with each other. At the same time, but before then, Black Widow gets out of Loki that his plan was to use the Hulk as like a weapon, as a thing to cause carnage so he could escape, which ends up happening. Because at some point they're all arguing with each other like a bunch of immature children when Loki's crew attacks the headquarters. And they're trying to, they're trying to, get Loki out, which they managed to do, but also at the same time, Hulk ends up, coming through out of Banner. He ends up turning to Hulk, and Widow has to fight Hulk, then Thor has to fight Hulk. They end up, Hulk gets distracted by a aircraft, which is meant to distract him, so he jumps on it, and then they're going to fly, and the ship goes dead, ends up, like, getting destroyed, but Hulk goes flying out of the thing, so he's not a problem. Thor gets trapped in the container thing that Loki was in, and the agent, the SHIELD agent, threatens him with some sort of weapon. Loki ends up killing him, and then drops Thor, so he leaves the ship and goes flying completely out, which was meant to destroy him, but he ends up breaking through the glass, and that just before it crashes into Earth. After that, Tony and Captain America are talking, and Tony comes to the realization that the goal was from Loki to split all of them up, because together they could kill them, they can win. They can't if they're split apart. So that's the goal, split them apart. And then Tony comes to the realization that the portal, which is whether they build this contraption that can, the scientists do, build a contraption that can cause the portal to be risen up. So Loki's army can come through the portal and cause havoc. So he realized it's being done in Stark headquarters, which just happens to be in New York City, which for some reason 90% it feels like a Marvel movie's end in New York City. Why is New York City a popular area after this point? At this point, I don't think I'd want to live in New York City. I feel like an abandoned ship if I live in New York City in the Marvel world, because you're just gonna get, if you survive, you just don't have a place to live, and probably another one will happen at some point. I just wouldn't be living there. Um, so yeah, they open the portal. Thor again tries to reason with Loki, doesn't work. Hawkeye, at some point Black Widow fights Hawkeye when they're in the headquarters, because he arrives, and they end up fighting, and she ends up winning, and he just breaks out of his trance that he was under. So Hawkeye, Black Widow, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, and Hulk all fighting Loki's crew. Loki's crew come to the portal, and they end up all fighting them throughout New York. Nick Fury on the headquarters finds out that they plan to drop a nuke. That the government has issued a nuke. I think they call them the council, but it's the government they plan to drop a nuke into the thing, plan to destroy, I guess their plan was to, I think, into Stark's tower. Iron Man intercepts the nuke and plans to bring it into the portal, because it's the only way to stop it. Another point, this is my favorite Marvel scene of all time. Loki is at Stark's headquarters, and Hulk bursts in, frames him through a window, and Loki starts yelling at Hulk, like, "I am a god, you puny thing, you all shall bow down." And then Hulk just grabs him and just starts slamming him into the ground multiple times, and then just goes, "Puny god," and walks. It's one of my favorite scenes. It's so funny. Oh, it's one of the funniest scenes. No matter how many times I watch it, will never not be funny. So yeah, I'm probably missing a bunch. And again, I didn't take many notes. This is one of those movies you just watch and enjoy, right? You just have fun with it. So Iron Man brings the nuke up into the portal. At the time, his whole, like, armor and everything, his system just completely shuts down. So he just passes out as the ship rises into the aircraft in the other world where the villains will come from. I actually don't know what that was. I would assume so. So it crashed into that. All the army guys die. And Widow, who's could close it at any point, is ordered to close it by Captain America. She shuts the portal down, and Iron Man just falls through, and pretty much is almost about to slam to the ground before Hulk does stop, catches him in the air, and saves him from some of the damage. My favorite part is, another funny thing is when they're trying to wake up Iron Man, and Hulk just screams in his face, and that wakes him up. That's really funny. They then capture Loki again, and all of the guys go their separate ways after Thor takes Loki and the Tesseract back to Asgard. I think that's his name of it. Oh, Thor has a funny line. This is why my memory works the way it does. Thor has a funny line way early in the movie when they're all sitting in the headquarters, because someone says about, like, how Loki's probably crazy. You can see crazy on him. He's like, "Hey, watch how you speak. He is an Asgardian, and he is my brother." And then Black Widow goes, like, "He killed 60 people in, like, 3 days." Look, Thor just goes, "He's adopted." That's really funny. But yeah, it's a really fun movie. Again, this review's not gonna be super long. It's a really fun movie. It visually looks great. It just is pure chaos. If you watch all the Marvel movies up to this point of Phase 1, you know what the goal is. You know the build up to it when it comes to all these guys. You see it happen. It's a really fun movie. On the list of top 10 of 2025, it's number 10. It's not number 2. Twilight's 1. It's not number 2. It's number 10 because I know it will end up leaving the top 10 list because my goal is to do a movie a week. So it will absolutely leave the top 10 list. It just will. It will leave the top 10 list because it has to leave the top 10 list. But yeah. Obviously, I want you guys' opinion. Let me know what you think of Marvel's The Avengers in the comments below. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. We will see you next week on Take 2 Reviews.